Swing your razor high, swing it, hold it to the skies. Freely flows the blood of those who mobilize.
It's definitely not your happy-go-lucky, silly musical. It's complex, it's complicated, it's got anti-heroes. Like, are we really cheering for murder and cannibalism? But yeah, we are, which is really exciting. And it's sophisticated. And so if you're looking for like a silly, hippy-dippy musical, this isn't it.
I'm a huge horror and thriller fan. I love the suspense, I love the thrills and the chills, and it doesn't get any better than Sweeney Todd. It's all about the thrills and chills here. I'm very excited to be part of it. It's been a bucket list show for a very long time.
The thing that really intrigues me about Sweeney Todd is the characters and how the music is written so perfectly to describe the characters. You have Anthony, who is this very, very charming, positive character, perhaps like the only sort of positive character in the show, and he sings all these beautiful melodies while he's contrasted by people like Sweeney or Mrs. Lovett.
A lot of times when you hear about these fiery, passionate characters, usually it's in the context of a love story or a romance, and I think there's a lot of other things that people feel fiery and passionate about, and I think this is one of those things. There's a wrong that was done, and this Sweeney is emboldened by that and driven by that to come back and maybe resume his life, and if not, then take revenge, and if that doesn't work either, then just burn it all down. And it's this trip that I think is very cathartic for the audience to come along on. The other part is that it has sort of almost a Dracula-like vibe in that we like the main character. He's a little bit sexy, evil, but murderous, and there's sort of a Renfair-like component where the cast, even from day one, was like, I want to be one of the one that gets murdered. So there's just this charm around the whole story baked into the fun of getting to play that strong, passionate, emotional character in a way that you usually don't get in musical theater canon.
The reason why I wanted to direct this show was because it's very rarely you have a show where you're supposed to root for evil, and I think that's really interesting. Usually shows, it's very clear, this is the good guy, this is the bad guy. All those lines disappear when it comes to Sweeney Todd. You are supposed to root for the guy that's killing people because the reason why he's killing people, we are taught it's for a good reason, and we are meant to cheer him on in killing these people. And I think that's a really interesting story about good and evil, and I think it blurs the lines between good and evil in a way that is not done in a way that Sondheim and his team did with the show. And also the music in the show is absolutely insane. And I think this might be one of the hardest things I think I've ever had the pleasure of doing, but it's also been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done also.
Me, I really love music in general, and Sondheim really, he made us work hard for this one, more than the other Sondheim shows. But I would say the complexity of the music and how every little nuance is there for such a strong purpose, even if it seems like it's really small. And just like how the plot is so complicated, but also really simple if you just kind of look at it from a broad perspective. I think it's really cool.
This production is incredible. I work with a lot of community theaters around this area, and I have to say, coming to this production, you will find the top of what our local Bay Area performers have to offer. It's incredible, so please come.
Halloween is coming up. You're thinking to yourself, what do I do for Halloween? I need something exciting, something a little scary maybe, but I also want to support local artists. Well, there's no better way to do it than coming to see Sweeney Todd.
I really like what we're doing with it. I think that's what a show is all about, like one that keeps you moving through the whole show and doesn't let you get bored at any point. That's perfect. That's what you want to come see.
Everyone, please come see Sweeney Todd at Sunnyvale Community Players. We open on October 28th and we close on November 12th.